Hey, Mrs. G, we'll do it live. Good morning, all. How are you? Good morning, Shadowhawk. Good morning. Happy belated birthday, extended birthday, whatever you want to call it, right? Hope you had a good birthday yesterday. Wonderful birthday. Stanley Kubrick, one of my favorite directors, filmmakers, sadly left us 25 years ago today. Did Paths of Glory with Kirk Douglas, 1957, Wartime Story, 2001, just so many different things. Uh, just, just beautiful stuff. Kind of like this. Yes, we make some music today. Why not? And maybe some great art. Maybe. Check out this amazing artwork. There we go. Check that out. The things we do with our food. Oh, so cute. Had a wonderful time already today, discussing some great art. Little Will Eisner, one of a kind. Here's a spirit page. I really think he was a trailblazer in sequential artwork. The spirit is what he's most known for. It's amazing stuff. Amazing career. A few years back, I started collecting some of the comics that were released in newspapers. Kind of innovative, really, to put those comics in newspapers like that. Good morning. I hope you're doing well today. If you didn't get to see Rob's great art drop that he sent me, I'll show you the couple pieces here. May have seen them yesterday, but if not, you're in for a real treat. You did a great job, Drew. I think he started this one, didn't have it finished, but he drew it here on the channel. This one, I think he did finish. He might have went up and... Why am I up so damn early? I don't know. Only you can ask. I mean, you get in a rhythm, right? You get in a rhythm. Friday is finally here. Now just have to get through the day without choking someone. Exactly, Mrs. G. Just think good thoughts, Think good thoughts. I did this one last night. Sort of another Wraith-like disturbing imagery to start your Friday out. That is Mrs. G when she wants to choke someone out, I'm sure. Or something akin to that. Still working on some, I did another one here. I'm not too, started out as a Geo and evolved into another thing that I wasn't too happy with, but probably should have converted it, made some, try and do something different. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't work out. Ooh, like that one. Yeah. Thank you. We'll drop the link into the chat. I enjoyed myself over on the Good Stuff's channel and Justin's channel on the Man Cave last night. That was a wonderful time, and I'll be on with Mad Ruth tonight on Friday night. What is it? Not Friday Night Tights, Friday nights. And then Saturday, tomorrow, we have on the Rex Hex and Apex show over on, I believe, Apex's channel. We have Bill Mouse coming on, and I'll be on with Cross Comics at 9 p.m. One of these late night streams on Tuesday. But I'm just glad someone invited me onto their channel. You'll have fun on Mad Ruths too. They're funny guys. I know they're never. I've been on with Mad Ruth several times on panels, but not, maybe less than 10 times. But been on with him somewhere akin to that, probably on different panels. Never on his channel, I don't think. So I need to really find some reference here to draw some of my characters. I've been trying to draw some of these off the top of my head and focusing on just a select few. So some are better to loosen up with. Could do a Zob. Zob is an alien looking character. That I created several years ago. I don't know where he's going to work in. I actually did him in some scratch art for a postcard. He was in the first postcard with Bog that I released. He may turn out to be like an alien sheriff. I kind of like him in a setting of almost like Gunsmoke in space. lawman come to Earth that doesn't look like a man at all, really. I mean, more alien. Like to see him in a Western setting. Maybe he'll meet Midnight, who's up on the campaign now. He's kind of a quirky character like Hopper, which Rob's also drawn. I had him draw Hopper as a female character as well, because we need some more female representation, of course. Not much to his character. I guess these are my attempts to create like a Nightcrawler type character or Spider-Man that jumps around, leaps around a lot. I've created a costume look for Zob, but I'm not totally happy with it. But he's a fun-looking little alien guy that I've done in a few things. Looking at his costume there, I have a canvas up there with him and 3 other characters, one of them being Bog, Cortex, Jin, and Teuton. Not totally happy with this costume. It's I guess it's totally. I think it's kind of reminiscent of one of those old Buck Rogers costumes, something like that. Gave him 2 fingers and a thumb, like Nightcrawler. I always thought that was weird about Nightcrawler. I always thought he looked demonic, and I mean, I guess that's what they were going for. You're looking for Zob. Here's Zob here, right there. Some heads I did back in February of last year. For like, if I wanted to put just some heads up on a cover, corner of a cover, like a Ditko box, what I call a Ditko box, because he's the one that really popularized that for Marvel. Russ, who I was on with today, Russ Leach, he said, 3 weeks, a month ago on one of the shows, I don't even think I was participating with that. That's a fairly new thing for me. It is very early for me to get up to do that, although I've been up most of the night doing the stuff. Looking for reference, things like that. I think his helmet is a little supposed to be metallic. I don't know that I ever really get it metallic looking. Maybe I'll put him in an alien landscape. And I grabbed the one that's running out of ink. How's everyone's day going? Hello, Carrie. Morning to you. Yeah, I don't know what to expect over at Mad Roots, but I'm sure we'll have fun. Just like Randy Zimmerman, who I've been doing that with, I wasn't even subbed to him on YouTube. It's amazing. You think you're connected, and sometimes you may get unsubbed too. I really don't think that I was subbed to him to begin with, but I am now. So that's good. If it takes doing a show, becoming a regular on a show, and I guess I'll probably be a regular on that show, although it's Like I say, it's very early, which is good for Russ because he's over in the UK. Saab has a black face, so I don't know. That's not alluding to anything. It's just his coloration. And so it makes it hard for me to. He's got a pretty featureless face, so. But I'm learning how to do black surfaces. Seems like all my characters are black clad or a lot of black. Maybe I'm just thinking in black and white. Let me get a cover sheet or something here. And there's not one handy. Just here's one. Two. There we go. Just to catch the excess ink on the edges so I don't ink my board. Have you fed the cat, Shadowhawk? Gotta feed the cat. Gotta keep Cloudy happy. And how many pieces of pie did you have? Birthday pie. Freehand Friday. How about that? Freehand Friday. We'll just freehand everything. That could be a little larger. There we go. Now we'll pull out the eraser of doom here in a minute. Oh well, precision. His body's black too. His whole body's pretty black clad. So detailing. Hope I didn't get too chatty over on the man cave last night. Maybe I should just draw it very simple and let a colorist fill it in. That's always a possibility. Very simple alien. It makes lines of expression, even though he doesn't have a nose. I like to do characters that don't have noses. It's just something that you don't have a nose, you look pretty alien, right? I kid you not, I went to Hobby Lobby, and there was this Hispanic woman. Tried not to stare too much. She had a mustache. There are women out there that do have mustaches. Some of them have goatee and beard. About half a pie. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess you're entitled. on your birthday. Mad Ruth Show is talking about Gina Carano suing Disney, Amazon banning books, and inert World War II bombs. Wow. So some light fare to talk about. That's cool. I mean, I like to catch up on current events. I'm glad Gina Carano is holding Disney liable or holding them accountable for their actions. And I was totally unaware of her to her firing. So really, I think it's worked in reverse for her. That actually, that was probably for her career. That was probably the spotlight that she needed to become famous. 7 people in here. Awesome. Well, I might be one of them. Am I one of them? No, I am not. That doesn't help the algorithm anyway. Thought I had more news to talk about. I bet I do. There are a few things that actually, and they may not have posted. They may not have posted yet. Twitter's always a day behind, it seems like, on some of this stuff. But I know Highlander came out. Here's a Star Ledger. That's Will Eisner, Spirit. Sort of a comic book, or at least the Sundays. I don't know if there was a daily Spirit or if it was just on Sundays. I can't remember. I know it's, hey, Neff. It's good to see you. What's up, nerds? Got a new backer last night. Odin backed the book. So we're right at $2,600. Not a penny more, not a penny less. 43 backers. Neff will be getting, Neff backed it. He'll be getting a head sketch done by me of some character, something that I do. These are 9x6 on, I might try, on some of the ones that I've, to see how, if there's any ink smear or anything, since these are 110 pound and I could do a light wash, I might try that on a few to see if it works after I've inked it. But yeah, it should be fun over there at Mad Ruth tonight. I'm very grateful for NAF and Frequency Girl having me on the show, and Mad Ruth and Mr. Good Stuff and Cross Comics, and coming up St. Patty's Day, David Brink, and then Dojo Coon on Incendiary, and hopefully we'll have some other things in between. DM me if you know anyone, any channels that I might go on to get the news, the Devil Flyer out. I think we've added some exciting stuff. I know we have since I was on Neff's show, to the campaign, new artwork, which most of you have seen. But if you haven't, here's the campaign and kind of how it looks now. Like I say, 43 backers, $2,600. Got new John Dillard artwork up there. We have new George Peter Gaddis artwork up there of my characters. Good stuff indeed. And getting ever closer to that Rob Ewing magnet for everyone. I want to see that magnet produced, and then we'll have that midnight piece that Peter did as a trading card as our next stretch go. Yeah. Need some sex appeal. Need some women. woman. I'm excited about the blank Devil Flyer cover so that I can take some of those and draw on them, and give them out. And maybe, everyone that backs the book gets a charter member uh, card, if you will, a card carrying charter member. If you back the Ash Can, or you back this book here, you become a charter member, and that entitles you from with things sent out by me, maybe trading card. It's kind of like, subbing to a channel or Patreon or something like that. It's like, hey, you back my book, I'm going to give you a charter member card, and that entitles you to things mailed out from me as I can. A trading card here, or I don't know. I'd love to do a decoder ring, something like that. Just trying to bring fun back into comics. The way it was back in the 40s, 30s and 40s, where they had premiums and giveaways. And even growing up, you go into a local business and they would have free pens and pen knives and all kinds of things to give you, kids or potential customers. It's like I had knives as a young child, had to be responsible with them. But yeah, I really like the blank cover. I can't wait to print that out and get to draw on a larger thing than 9x6, I believe these are. But I'm having fun drawing these head sketches, if you can call them head sketches. Some of them are more detailed than others. I need to get back to doing the book. Need to do a few more new bookmarks. These were done this was done January of last year. And I'd like to do. I think if I do a series of like glow in the dark, I would like to do a few more for the glow in the dark series. Be trying to mix it up, and all these have been to the printer, and I've got them all back and scanned. But hopefully people will be happy with the head sketches that they get of just different characters. Some obscure, some I can't tell you when it's. Some of them may not even appear. Appear. Like he's pretty wild. Hopefully people like these. And maybe I've killed myself by giving everybody a free head sketch. I don't think so. Maybe that's why they're not buying the sketch cards, which aren't up there right now, but the bookmarks and the other original artwork. But I'm not going to show that one. There we go. And a lot of them are bog, but I've been drawing bog a while, and really, I'm amazed at how well some of these are coming out. I think I'm leveling up. I've not really done that many that I'm not pleased with. Like I say, some of them are more, accomplished than others. But for the most part, I think all that inking I did last year helped what I did do. And it helps to be on Topicless every week and draw at least. And I draw off screen too. Like I say, bogs, a lot of lines, a lot of details. And then I go on panels with, people doing interior work, and that's a whole new beast. I understand. But it makes my stuff look like crap compared to what they're churning out. But I have something to prove, and I am working on some interior pages, and I mean, some of these Some of these may, like this horizontal one I did. Is it even here? It may be in there to be scanned. I mean, Bog can have different looks. That there he really looks kind of alien. But how do you, a living plant, how do you depict him? Now I had, it took me the piece that I did that was published in the Ashcan. That was the first drawing that I ever gave. Separated his eyebrows. It was always kind of this thing brow that went across, and you can get more expression when you it looks more human. Kind of at a disadvantage with Bog anyway, because he has his mouth and covered up. This was on there. I don't know if the albino is still up there or not. This first concept drawing of the albino there. A villain that'll be. You have to have a good rogues gallery. I'm not sure if the albino artwork is still up there or not, or if he took it off. I know a couple of Doc Blaylock pieces are up there, and those are 11 by 17. Put up a new page from the Grave Tales, which is awesome. And actually two, the title page or the splash page, whatever you want to call it. I guess we did take that down. Thank you, Dan Bradley, for liking this over on X. Appreciate that. Dan's got the $6 million man. That's what I was going to say. There was a lot of things in the news, like the $6 million man, the anniversary of the $6 million man. We were talking $6 million man yesterday. Rob was like, I had the $6 million man, figure. And I said, I still have it. Amazingly, I lost a lot of stuff. I lost just about everything in my fire, but stuff that I had in my art studio, which was like toys, things that from my childhood actually survived. Some of my earliest things, which, memories are attached to that. I guess if, that type of stuff is probably what you'd like to save. Did I show you? I think I did. All right, I think I brought up the campaign. I think I brought that spirit up. Let's just bring it up again there. I don't know if these were Sundays or dailies and Sundays or what, but what a groundbreaking thing to have a comic within a newspaper. And there's so many variants. Like that one's the Star Ledger. I can't quite read the date there. I know they ran all the way from like maybe 1940 to up into the mid 50s at least in newspapers. And the different newspapers would, I think, depending on the newspaper, some are more valuable than others. I don't know that, and some of those, even some of the early ones, you can get on eBay or could a few years ago for maybe $10 a pop. You probably already know this, but Dan Pleagle says, I'm out of surgery now, resting in my hotel room, pretty sore and tired, but I figured I'd let everybody know I'm still alive and fighting and that the surgery went well. Thank you for everybody's love, support, and above all, patience. Me and my family really needed it. This is the step on the road to recovery and getting that finished and printed Goblin Girl book into everybody's hands as well as mine. Shot of Dan there. That was, sorry I didn't mention that earlier. The other, I could have mentioned that yesterday or maybe even the day before. That's an old post. But send your well wishes to Dan as he is on the road to recovery. Yeah, I grew up with Ignatz the mouse and hitting Crazy Cat with the brick. I'm gonna have to have Justin put the mighty battle brick back up on the campaign. The mighty battle brick will be happening, and it's not going to be a duck or crazy character. And I don't think people will be going around saying, "Oh, it's the mighty battle brick." Look, out," real silly about it. But mighty battle brick is one of those props, or kind of a character in itself, a prop or an environment, or like a house or a car, a bat cave. Those are all characters. Those are all characters, and absolutely, and can pop up from time to time, and mm, I'm looking for something here. Thought I had it pulled up, but like I say, I don't think it always post those things. Um, Sometimes a day late and a dollar short. You ever heard that expression? I'm like a dollar short and maybe 2 days late. Was on with Odin over there on the man cave. That was cool. Unconditional shove, volume 2 sign up page. Uh, going to be up pretty soon. Want to sign up for that. He's going to do a second printing. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. Thank you, Brianna, for liking us over there on. And there's Hojo. Hey, Hojo. Good morning, sir. Del Monte's bubble gum flavored pudding cups came out in 1991. Is that a good thing? Like Bubblicious? Would you like that? I don't know. Bubble gum flavor? Yogurt? Hmm? Better than swallowing your gum. That thing stays in your digestive tract for years. That's not good. Uh, Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks. Chew the right thing. Do you chew pudding? Del Monte. Catches your attention, though. Yeah, Highlander. Highlander premiered in theaters 38 years ago in 1986. Who wants to live forever? Ice cream, yes. Pudding, no. Yeah. Highlander really didn't have a great sequel. They probably should have done a one and done. Milli Vanilli, speaking of ice cream, how's that working there? Well, vanilla sounds to me like vanilla. Anyway, released the album Girl You Know It's True 35 years ago, 1989. What was that all about? Girl You Know It's True? What was that in reference to? Gross. Yes. 1991 Simpsons music video Deep Deep Trouble aired on Fox. Never really kept up with The Simpsons. Debuting Richard Lewis, debuting, who just passed away. Anything But Love, starring Jamie Lee Curtis and Richard Lewis, premiered 35 years ago in 1989 on ABC. I might have watched a little bit of that, but not much. Beastie Boys, licensed to, what was it? Licensed to 3? What? Reached number 1. Is that Kill? I don't know. 1987. Nashville Now, hosted by Ralph Emery, along with a puppet named Shotgun Red, premiered 41 years ago, 1983 on TNT. TNN. I'm sorry. Um, yeah, my parents like that. My God. But then I grew up on Sesame Street, and they like country music. Willard Scott, who was, known and renowned as being a weatherman, born March 7th, 1934, a year before my mother, who was born in 35. Um, he was the first Ronald McDonald, and very scary. I'm showing the Ronald McDonald. Oh, License to Ill. Okay, ill over, yeah. Girl, you know it's true that we weren't really the singers on this album. Yeah, they lip synced. Yes, I do know that. I wonder what the weather, the weather is just wet and muddy here. Wonder what the weather looks like a creeper. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. If you put one of those like uh, McDonald's Dixie cups on your nose and that was his nose, it is freaky. First Ronald McDonald looked real freaky, and and I'm told that was Willard Scott. He was younger. New Order released Blue Monday 41 years ago, 1983. Okay. Small and Fry, I've forgotten about this. Small and Fry, Darren McGavin and Jack Blessing premiered 41 years ago in 1983 on CBS. Small and Fry. Of course, Darren McGavin being in The Christmas Story, which I really wasn't that hot on. Never really watched till more recent Christmases a few years ago. Was aware of it. He was always Night Stalker to me. Death Ship, starring George Kennedy and Richard Crenna. Oh, that's a real McCoy, boy. Hey, Luke. Premiered in Rambo, the General in Rambo, Richard Crenna. Premiered in theaters 44 years ago, 1980. I don't know that I watched Death Ship. Oh my God, I remember that puppet. Small Statler Brothers, yeah. Mandatory. I know. I grew up on the Hee Haw. Hey, Glenn, I just saw you on the other show. That's right. Guy from Red Bank here. Um, yeah, I was on that other show. A regular. How about that? We have yet to get you on with me. Look forward to it. I get you got some drawing to do. That's what I was told anyway. Debuting the game show Second Chance, hosted by Jim Peck, premiered 47 years ago in 1977 on ABC. I don't know if I remember this one or not. Second Chance. Second Chance. Looks like fun. Looks like another game show that is out there. Yeah. Contestants get to change their answers and compete for second chances in this game of general knowledge questions. I take it didn't last that long. Regular? You've only been on twice. I know. Shut up, Glenn. With all due respect. Second Chance shared many similarities with the 1980s game show Press Your Luck. Yes, that's the one I remember. Press Your Luck. Animator Steve Holland used the Second Chance's devil cartoon character as a model for the whammy. Yeah, I remember that. That's the one. Tears for Fears released the Hurting 41 years ago, 1993. Coal Miner's Daughter. I was born a coal miner's daughter, starring Sissy Spacek and Tommy Lee Jones, premiered 44 years ago in 1980. Loretta Lynn's story, right? March 7th, 1965. I was in the womb at that time, maybe. Do the math. Uh, out in California. In what became known as Bloody Sunday, state troopers and sheriff's posse in Selma, Alabama, brutally attacked over 500 civil rights demonstrators who were taking part in a peaceful march in support of voting rights for Black Americans. Yeah, not a good look. Star Crash premiered 45 years ago in 1979, a low budget Star Wars like film, which is nothing like Star Wars, really. Low budget. Hey, Fanta. Big money, no whammies. Right. I love that. Yeah, if I could keep up the pace, Glenn, maybe I can become a regular. How about that? If I can keep up the pace of that early morning stream. It's not for you and Russ, but it is for me. Yes, debuting March 7th, 1973. And Gavin McLeod's even in this. The $6 Million Man premiered as a TV movie 51 years ago. And I'm sure I probably watched it. $6 Million Man. Let's see. Wait a minute. Gavin McLeod there somewhere? Darren McGavin played Spencer. Okay. Wasn't Spencer? Let's see. Prisoner. Okay. What was the premise? A pilot from a potential series, The $6 Million Man, stars Lee Majors as a test pilot mutilated in a plane crash, then turned into a Superman by means of incredibly powerful artificial limbs. Let's see if Rex can read this early in the morning. Very doubtful indeed. His new job working for the U.S. as the ultimate weapon. Locations include Edwards Air Force Base, California, 90 minutes long. There you go. Had to replace his arm, both legs, and eye. Of course, that would be different for there's Gavin McLeod, the Night Stalker. That's pre-Night Stalker for him. Of course, I look at Lee Majors and I think of later, with Farrah, married to Farrah Fawcett Majors, but also Big Valley. Grew up with him on Big Valley. Shooter McGavin. $6 Million Man. That looks sick. Wait, it's so RoboCop. Yes. Pre-RoboCop, I might have. Pre-RoboCop. March 7, 1974, President Richard Nixon provided piano accompaniment to Pearl Bailey at a White House dinner. Who knew that the president had chops at the Ivories? Wow. Richard Nixon plays piano. That's a concert I would absolutely go to see, just to see it. Don't know if he was any good. If he was any good at all. But give the guy a chance. Bringing Down the House, starring Richard Martin with Queen Latifah, premiered 21 years ago. Did you watch 3? Steve Martin, one wild and crazy guy. He's done so many things. My house smells like dump cake. Right now I have a pineapple dump cake just pineapple. I did pineapple and apple. I've made 2 of those today. One's in the oven right now. Private Parts, starring Howard Stern. I never watched that to this day. Released 27 years ago in 1997. Alligator. It's 36 feet long and 2,000 pounds. Wow, that sounds like one of my ex-wives. Anyway, A Pure Terror, On the Kill. First time on TV. Alligator on ABC. Sunday night movie. 9 p.m. 1982. Alligator. Don't know if I watched that. March 7th, 1967, CBS aired The Homosexuals, the first American program to focus on homosexuality. Due to controversial subject matter, The episode had no sponsors, and a few of the participants were interviewed behind house plants to conceal their identities. I wonder how that went over. Maybe need to put them in the witness protection back 1967 over something like that. CBS, groundbreaking. There's the house plant. Yeah. Don't think I watched that as a kid, although I was around. Nashville Network on TNT launched March 7th, 1983. On Kolchak, the Night Stalker, a medieval knight is murdering the individuals responsible for turning a museum into a disco. How dare you? Not March 7th, 1975 on ABC. Elliot Gould, The Long Goodbye. Robert Altman's The Long Goodbye, starring Elliot Gould, opened in theaters 51 years ago in 1973. Great mad artist Jack Davis there doing the poster. Nixon didn't resign because of Watergate. It was the piano playing that got him the chop. Yeah, pun intended. Yeah. I was saddened by Nixon leaving and his goodbye speech and everything, actually. I was kind of pro Nixon, to tell you the truth. Maybe I didn't know any better. Maybe I did. March 7th, 1876, Alexander Graham Bell was granted a patent for his telephone invention. And yes, this has been colorized. And hence the precursor to the cell phone, for sure. Cell phones are the bane of my existence. March 7th, 1986, divers sadly located the heavily damaged crew compartment of the Space Shuttle Challenger on the floor of the Atlantic Ocean. The remains of all 7 astronauts were still inside. Not a setback for NASA, for sure. Billions of dollars and lives, 7 lives snuffed out in an instant. TV movie Deadly Invasion, The Killer Bee Nightmare from March 7th, 19... was it 95? Yeah, 95. I'm not sure that I saw that, but I mean, remember the talk about the killer bees? I've not seen killer bees around. I'm not saying that they're not around. Deadly Invasion, The Killer Bee Nightmare. That's in a long list of like creature featured stuff. The series finale of Different Strokes. What you talking about, Willis? Aired 38 years ago. March 7th, 1986. That played the father. I was watching Dark Shadows in recent months, and Conrad Bain was on the very first Dark Shadows. Played the hotel lobby guy. He was also in the 11th episode in season 1. Very young Conrad Bain. In Dark Shadows. But really didn't get on my radar till Different Strokes. What you talking about, Willis? Season finale. I like that back in the day. After a while, it gets tiresome, and then the little kids start growing up and looking older, and it's just not even funny anymore. We Are the World was released 39 years ago, while coming up on 40 years in March 7th. Yesterday was National Cereal Day. Did you celebrate by eating any cereal? I didn't. March 6, 1912, the National Biscuit Company introduced Oreos. Well, the Oreos have kind of changed. And they look a lot larger. Look at that, man. They're huge. That's a huge cookie. That's a big cookie. I don't buy Oreos. They have thins too. Lemon. They're good, but you know. I found this funny. Billboard Hot 100 for the week ending March 6, 1993. It may be hard for you to see here. A Whole New World, number one, 2 last week. Let's see, weeks on the chart, 12 weeks. Okay. A Whole New World, and then you by Peabo Bryson and Regina Bell, and then you drop down to third there, and it's Ordinary World. Whole New World and Ordinary World by Duran Duran. Hip hop, hooray, please. I don't recognize any of these things. Where's the good music? Not that Duran Duran did. I can't even think of Ordinary World in my head. Was it any good? 1993, A Whole New World. Okay. Okay. Oh, I get it. Okay. Aladdin. The Aladdin song. There we go. Disney Aladdin song. No wonder it was number one. Bring them back. What, Oreos? The big Oreos? Yeah, you forget that. They're downsizing everything. Everything. Lethal Weapon, starring Mel Gibson and Danny Glover, premiered 37 years ago, 1987. Lethal Weapon. CBS primetime, March 6, 1981, on The Incredible Hulk. David, see, they didn't call it. It was David Bruce Banner. It wasn't Bruce Banner. It was David Bruce Banner on the show. David investigates legends of another scientist who underwent a Hulk-type metamorphosis. I remember that. It didn't look good. And the eyebrows, bushy eyebrows, it was just, it wasn't that great. And, I don't know what season that is. For 5 seasons, had some not telephone movies. It had some movies along the way, a couple movies. Watchmen opened up in theaters 15 years ago, 2009. Actually, it seems longer than 15 years ago, to tell you the truth. The best thing Duran Duran was break up. Okay. Hungry Like the Wolf. Yeah, bring back big Oreos back. Yeah. I often wonder, if I had an original Coke, which had cocaine in it, that's a bad example. Let's pick something else. If you could eat it then and compare it to now, it's changed. The Oreo would probably totally taste different from 1912 compared to today's. It's just the taste has to change over time. They just tweak the ingredients just a little here, a little there. March 6, 1978, Hustler magazine founder Larry Flint was shot by serial killer. I didn't realize he was a serial killer. Joseph Paul Franklin in Lawrenceville, Georgia, paralyzing Flint from the waist down. Some could kind of cite that as karma, maybe. I don't know. ABC Primetime, 1980, The Love Boat and Fantasy Island. Chuck Connors being on Fantasy Island, I guess playing a hunter. Mr. Rourke is the prize in a deadly game of hide and seek. So I guess Chuck Connors goes after him on the island. It's been so long, Chuck's looking old there. I'm told he was quite the drinker. I actually worked for a woman that was a stewardess, and he was on there just knocking drunk when she was the one time that he flew with them. Um, Most Deadliest Game. That's a ripoff storyline, but it makes sense if you're on an island. His Most Deadliest Game was on an island with the same scenery as King Kong, by the way. March 6, 1981, Walter Cronkite anchored his final broadcast of the CBS Evening News. And I probably listened to it. I don't know. Go-Go's Beauty and the Beat by the Go-Go's reached number 1, 1982. We got the beat. I don't know if that was the album, but I went to see the Go-Go's once. In Excess, their very first year out, opened up for them. It was over on Mud Island in Memphis. Maniacs opened 43 years ago in 1981. I don't think I've ever watched Maniac. Hey, Elsie, how are you? Good morning.
Doing pretty good, brother. I'm gonna get to where I just kind of got up here. I just want to get where you can see me. 'Cause I'm moving
Okay.
around. Yeah, here be. I just want to make sure you got your letter, buddy.
I did. I
Good.
did respond to you over on Facebook. I guess you didn't see it.
There's so many different places to go and look.
Yeah.
Hadn't.
And I thought I responded to you on the phone too, but maybe you didn't see it. Maybe you've slept since then. Are you just up out of bed?
Yeah, I just woke up. I went to bed about 11 o'clock. But yesterday evening, I tried to get on it was about 5 o'clock or 5:30.
And we done shut it down.
Yeah, done shut her down.
Well, I had to go over to the man cave. I had to go participate in another show, as I will be doing tonight. Although this one's over on Mad Ruth at 8 Central, 9 East. A late show.
Please send me something for when you're on, like at night. Maybe I could at least get on there and say hi to you on the side or something.
Okay.
I don't know if they don't want me on or something for some reason. That's cool.
I can send you the show, in YouTube, where you can go in the chat and say hi.
Yeah, I'd like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But if I have a late night stream, I'm probably doing these early streams and the 4 o'clock shadow, and
things are going pretty good for you.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah, just staying busy, man.
We've got 12 people in here listening to our conversation. We've been doing blockbusters on views of late, but YouTube's not counting it.
I'm gonna see if they're
monkeying with the numbers. I heard Luke Stone talk about that the other day. They're monkeying with everybody's numbers. It's obvious. I don't know. It is crazy.
Well, Chinese are monkeying with everything, so.
Okay, let's blame the Chinese. Sure, let's go for that.
That's why they're going to cancel TikTok. If Chinese.
Well, yeah, TikTok's a different beast altogether. Yeah, I do think that's national security, right? Oh, you know what, Elsie? You probably haven't seen. And where are they now? Okay. If I could misplace my finger, I probably would.
You find your finger?
Based Elsie. Gable Pennyshot says, "Hey, Gable, got this in the mail yesterday."
Cool.
From
man.
Rob Ewing.
Rob did a good job, man.
Yeah, he drew this and inked it, I believe, on the show the other day. And he started this one. I don't think he had it done. He's pretty quick. He might have had it done by the end of the show. I can't remember. I think he's still working on it.
Yes, it is.
Very nice stuff indeed. What do you have planned to do today? It's Friday.
Yes, it is. Party weekend.
I don't know about that. You're retired. You can't afford to party too much.
Yeah, I can't. I got retirement.
Oh, I did this one
now,
last
if I
night.
didn't have retirement, I'd be in a rough spot. Ooh.
Did that one last night.
Looks like the screamer. The howler.
Banshee. Yeah. The howler. Hey, Caleb.
Caleb, whoa.
I expected Caleb in here earlier. He must have slept in today.
We all got to get our sleep now, buddy.
I know. I've been up most of the night. I've already done one show for a couple hours. We were talking about Will Eisner's Covenant of God book that came out. Well, look who's here. Hello, Eagle.
Good morning, troublemaker.
I know you're not talking to Elsie.
No, I'm talking to you. He wasn't even there when I first started to.
Have you met Elsie, Eagle?
I don't know for sure, actually.
Yeah.
I don't can't see me too good. Lights. I'm out here in the garage. It's kind of
Runny Nose Eagle.
No, that wasn't anything running. That's my face itching.
Okay.
How
are you? How are you doing, Eagle?
Tired. I'm not a morning person.
I'm not either.
Where are you located at, Eagle?
Unfortunately, in Iowa.
In Iowa. I'm glad I live in Jackson, Tennessee.
Oh, your volume kind of dropped off there, Elsie. Your volume kind of dropped off a little bit. You might have touched the button.
I live in Jackson, Tennessee.
That's good.
I really wouldn't want to be in the South either. I just want to go back to the Dakotas. I miss the mountains.
Miss the mountains. We got mountains.
You still working? Jackson. Still working on your craft stuff?
Always.
Yeah. I know you were kind of distressed. Some of your eagles died.
Not the eagles. Actually, 3 of the hawks and 1 of the falcons that they had at Raptor Project actually died in a fire a few weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
So 4 of our rescues that we've been helping take care of.
That's the only way to get a pet is to rescue. I like, or not to go out and spend a lot of money on an animal. If you can get one that needs a home, that's the best way.
And for that, the Raptor Project is they work specifically with rescuing, caring for, and protecting injured raptor birds that have been targeted by poachers or attacked or other stuff like that, and helping care for them medically, and those who they can't rehabilitate and release, they take care of and give a home to.
That's cool.
And there was a fire. They're still trying to figure out what happened because of all this stuff, and they lost several of them, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know you were distressed about that the other day.
Yeah, that was hard.
Elsie got in the backer last night, $2,600.
Yay!
43 backers.
We
got some new artwork up on the campaign. Some John Dillard and some George Peter Gaddis artwork. Got the digital tier up there. Drawing tier. Some Doc Blaylock artwork. Tapestry. Put up a new Grave Tales in the title. Grave Tales thing. Put up some bookmarks done by me.
Go back to that Graves Tale title. Let's see what it looks like.
Don't mind me too much if I'm a little distracted while we talk. I'm actually trying to get an order sent out for some jewelry. So
I think I have that one down here blown up real big, Elsie, right there. That's the one with the logo where he's, put superimposed it, and there's the bystander in his hat and coat.
Right. Yeah, and then that had that logo, and then it had him crawling out.
Well, I had him crawling out, and then he superimposed the logo from this page over it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, that he put it over that page.
Yeah, and I think you put this page up right there. That's up for sale. I told him to pick a page, and this is the page he picked to put up for sale. Getting
Okay.
ever closer to the zigzag magnet for everybody. Done by Rob Ewing.
That's cool. Yeah, right now I'm just trying to. My mom suckered me into something, which is the amount of dream catchers I'm making for the stuff next month, anyways, is insane because weaving all the seed beads on the edges, weaving all the cording inside and everything takes a lot of supplies and time for each one.
Yeah.
And then
And what you get for them is not nearly worth what you put into it. I don't think you're going to sell that and get your money. These
aren't being sold. These are for family things. So
that is like what I do. Yeah, that's the best kind to do.
Well, she makes her gifts and stuff, don't you, Eagle?
That's the way to do it.
Stuff like this.
Oh, the best.
I'm sorry, Eagle. I
that was timing, wasn't it? Go ahead.
You know Timothy Olsen, right? That does Melvin. Here's Rob Ewing. He did these couple pieces of Devil Flyer on the channel.
Cool.
The other day, finished them up, sent them to me. After this first issue, I'm going to need a replacement for the Devil Flyer artist and story, so he's in contention. It's pretty good.
Well, Rex, I'm gonna have to bebop it, man.
Well,
Eagle, it's good to meet you.
I'm gonna say that for the stuff to sell, this stuff works a lot better.
Yeah.
And
is that earrings?
That is earrings and a necklace. It's actually real pearl and sterling silver.
Sweet.
And that's being shipped out because one of the guys that I stream with bought it for his wife. So
there you go.
That's how to do it as a husband, right? You get the fancy stuff, but you get it from a friend who gives you a discount, right?
That's right.
Whatever works.
Always go. Treats me the best. That's the way where I go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mostly, my biggest thing is doing all the nature photography and helping track and care for eagles and stuff like that. So.
And how long have you been doing that, Eagle?
The photography stuff and all that, it's over 6 years now. And yeah, most of the stuff I'm doing, I came to kind of late in life, but I'm enjoying it still.
That's
Elsie, tell Susie I said hi.
I'll do it, brother.
You gonna see the grandkids today?
Oh yeah.
Or your children?
No, I'll see all four of them.
You remember Ralph Baskey's The Wizard? Check this out. I got a St. Patty's Day thing at the dollar store. It looks just like the character.
Wow.
I picked up a new Hot Wheel. Looks like a train.
Oh yeah.
Thought that was pretty neat.
The new Batmobile is pretty cool. It's got some pins striping around the lights and stuff.
I kind of looked for that, but I didn't see any. So
it's the only one hanging when I saw it. I go, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, no other Hot Wheels.
Snap those things up.
Well, y'all have a blessed day, and I'll be in touch. I'll try to get back.
Elsie.
I might try to get on your 4, but I don't know if I can.
Okay.
But you guys send me a link.
I will. Okay.
All right. Take care.
Bye
bye. Hope you have good success.
Thanks. You have a good day.
You too.
Eagle, what are you working on now?
Actually, because how much those two have done for me and how much they've given to me. When I send her the jewelry he paid for, I'm sticking a bunch of my beaded bookmarks and stuff in the box for them too.
Okay. But are you working on a dream catcher or are you working on the beaded bookmarks?
Right now I'm getting the bookmarks for packaging because I have to ship her package in a few minutes here. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a few things to mail today as well.
Because, yeah, I do these are fun because I love bookmarks because I love traditional books, you know.
Yeah, I've got some beaded bookmarks. When I worked at a bookstore, we would get some of those, and I thought they were cool, but they're not too practical, to put in a book. I guess they're practical if you don't mind the book being, having something solid.
Well,
put
the
in
ones
it.
we do are designed so they have a flat hook to go in the book and the beads
Okay.
hang down the hinge.
Yeah, there
So
you go. Now that would work good. Yeah.
it works a little better than, and I've seen the ones where they have the beads on the inside too, and it's like, I don't want to do that. It hurt the book.
Yeah, it tears your book up. I mean, the spine, eventually. If you don't care about that type of thing, that's fine. But books are an investment.
Oh, I love books. I'm way too nerdy not to.
Yeah.
So
Your craft room has changed over time.
it's changing a lot, and there's not going to be beading in this room by the time I'm done. The beading section's being moved to the basement, but I don't have time before I go stay with Mom for a few weeks and help out with a bunch of family events.
Has your basement ever flooded?
No.
That's good. Basements can be a pain.
I am high up on the floodplain. The only time we've ever had any damage to the basement at all was a slight shift in foundation when we had the massive flood here in East Iowa in 2008. And literally I could repair that by patching in quick dry cement. That's how little damage it was.
What is that pink thing over to your left on the shelf? What is that?
Anya Forger from Spy X Family.
Okay.
It was a gift from one of my friends.
You have some of your collectibles up there or anything?
Yeah, and it's like the one, I've got too many art supplies shoved around them right this moment because of how much stuff I'm trying to get done. But just like the one right behind it here, which I'm going to be packing up to take with the stuff to give out to my family too, is actually one of the angels I painted. If I can get it out here easy.
Yeah, and you paint dragons as well. I know.
Yes. This is an angel I did, and it's actually got a base with 4 different angels around it too that I put it on.
So do you buy that unpainted and then you paint it?
Some things I'll just buy the raw unpainted stuff the way they sell it in stores. Sometimes I'll go to old ceramic shops. A lot of the time I'll go to garage sales, flea markets, and all that kind of stuff. And I'll buy stuff that's broken down, damaged, missing parts, or badly painted or stuff like that and rebuild them.
Yeah.
That's what this was. It was actually a broken old garden statue when I started.
So is that like probably resin type or
yeah, this one is.
Yeah.
Just like the base that I put on was actually an old cake stand that was too damaged and stained to use for it anymore. It's an old wood cake box that I rebuilt and reformatted to go with it.
What are those hoops that you have there? What are those hoops?
Bangle bracelets. I use them for mini dream catchers.
Oh, okay. Wow. All right. Little minis.
Yeah. So it's all that fun stuff, right?
Right.
Stuff going on. No, my mom went, well, she's got to do something. She's got to give fancy stuff to each specific person. As I was talking about, between that year 1 and 2 after losing somebody, we do the giveaways. And that's a big deal in culture, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And Mom has been working really hard to do the star quilts, the tribal stuff, and everything for the family. But she didn't have time to do the special gift for all of the women that have been helping with it. That's supposed to be required. So she's kind of suckered me into making high-end pearl jewelry for about 20 women.
Well, I know you're a pro at this, so you entertain. I need to go turn my oven off. I don't want to burn my dump cake, which I have 2 dump cakes to deliver today. I'll be right back.
Sounds like a plan. So this is this, and for the 2 little boxes of the jewelry sets I sold, I did give a discount to my friends because pearl and sterling is not cheap. But they've sent me a bunch of gifts and done a bunch of stuff for me. So I'm sticking stuff in that they don't know they're getting. See, this is how it works, right? and it's absolutely going to be fun. Yeah, I do a lot of painting. I do a lot of art, and I'm going to go get a bin here when I do my errands this weekend, and I'm actually going to start packing up a bunch of statues and art pieces and stuff that are also going to go to the family for the giveaway stuff. So I'm using my family to declutter projects. It's terrible. But it's got some fun to it too. So as I work, and yeah, I do a lot of it. This is simple. It's got dangle earrings and stud earrings and interverse and interchange, which people want to use. And that's just simple bands and simple projects. But I got to throw some extra gifts in because they've been there for me so much. I like to give out to people. I like to do nice things. I'm actually wearing one of the angels I made from this stuff. This angel is actually professional grade pearl. AB,
I like uncultured pearls.
Yeah.
Just the way they look.
And ABs and all this, and then the chain here is plated in sterling with a sterling clasp.
Ah.
And even the earrings I made for it are the same pearls and stuff, and on sterling silver ear hooks.
Do you order that stuff online, like the stuff you need, like the chains and whatnot?
A lot of it, yes. Some stuff is okay to order through Amazon because if it's certain metals and stuff, they have to stamp and seal, and they have to go through federal board to do that. And it's well scrutinized, it's well watched over. So the bulk strippers on there, you're still getting real. Some stuff's not. And so you have to kind of learn which ones are more well scrutinized and stuff. For the stuff that's harder to get professional grade protection and stuff like that, I go through more places like Fire Mountain Gems and stuff like that.
What's your books back there? Or those cards? What is that behind you?
This?
Yeah.
Those are all boxes of paints for my projects that are all organized now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. This chair will be completely cleared off later. It was my extra chair for when I'm doing other projects and stuff, but I kind of used it to stack all the Dreamcatcher supplies on while I'm working. This poor blanket under it, which I was supposed to be using in the bedroom, was a gift from my friend in England. And it's actually this velveted dragon print blanket.
Ah. Your cat's doing all right, I guess?
Overall, yeah. Devious, and baby girl is obsessed with trying to steal CBD.
I've noticed you're doing a lot of retro gaming.
Yeah. Yeah. Just call it my midlife crisis.
Okay.
I'm 40 and I'm suddenly playing all these games I beat as a child. What else would you call it?
The 40s were the worst. About from 42 to 47 was, I mean, as far as the energy level, oh my God. But,
I still have to hang the feathers, but it's mostly done.
You use fishing line for that?
No.
No.
Most of them are wax cording. This one is actually a thin yarn. It's actually made of a wool that's made of bison fur.
Oh, wow.
It's expensive cording.
Okay.
Because this is going to the family stuff in the hills and for the tribal stuff. So I'm trying to do as much traditional stuff as possible.
I imagine you had to make some of those to spec, don't you?
Yeah. And like the colors are the Lakota medicine wheel. So it's the 4 colors of man or the unity of man.
All that has to be all that has to be on spec, doesn't it? It has to be very specific.
Yeah.
If you know, I imagine all of them should be, but I know the Dreamcatchers have become commercialized.
Which we don't mind, we're okay with, and stuff like that, as long as people are doing it respectfully. What irritates most of us is when people start trying to stick them with Eastern symbols or say that they originate. Okay, dream catchers are not one of the tribal symbols that originated in Asia, even though people keep trying to claim it did. There's no evidence of it, and it irritates us because it's not mysticism, and they try to tie it to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, one where people get annoyed the most is when they try to do these comparisons and basically make it sound like mysticism or stick all these Eastern symbols on it or stuff like that. Then we get, no. You know? Otherwise, honestly, most of us want people to learn our culture, learn about it and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah. I think people are kind of use them for just decorative items nowadays. I mean, there's some that really take it seriously, and learn about.
I take it pretty seriously because of the cultural background and all that, but
well, sure, yeah.
Generally speaking, it's also just I do find them beautiful, and if I'm going to make things that I can sell back home with the family and the tribe, or give out to people in the family.
So how long has dream catchers been around?
Oh, the background is not 100% sure, but it's definitely thousands of years. So it goes back to.
So why in maybe, I don't know, the last 20 years is the first time I ever saw one?
Because they became suddenly popular mainstream. People discovered that Indians existed and went, oh, that's pretty.
Well, I think we probably knew Indians existed. We just kind of ignored them and shunned them off to a reservation. Colonialism.
You know what I mean.
Right. Well, I'm just surprised that they weren't like the pet rock in the 70s, that they didn't, dream catchers or sea monkeys or, all that stuff.
Dream catchers basically were same as look at a Catholic family that puts up a crucifix to ward off evil. And
I get it, but why do you think they just came out in the last 20 years real popular?
I don't know. I don't understand the way people pick up different cultures like fads and then drop them. It's like there's a phase for a while in the 90s where crucifixes and crosses were on everything.
Yeah.
And it's like, and most of the people who were using them were not Christian, had no idea Christian heritage, and half of them acted like this was a new thing. It's like, it's the same thing. For some reason, religious symbols come in fads to people who basically want to be hipster kind of people.
Yeah.
Just like the stupid hand came in a fad and went, or the different Middle Eastern symbols have done it over the last several decades too, where nobody really knew them until they suddenly became a fad for a few years and then went away.
Yeah. Kind of like the swastika.
Well, I wasn't going to go that far, but okay. That's a whole other issue.
Because like everyone that symbol.
Well, actually, that
variations goes back way thousands of years old.
In many cultures. And the one that actually matches closest to what he used was a symbol of prayer and rebirth in the Navajo.
Right.
So it's like, I look at the people who go, well, let's ban that symbol. It's like, well, you realize you're banning a holy symbol to thousands of cultures and religions based on one person misusing it.
Well, it's going to be tainted for a while. I
get the taint. I understand it.
But at the same time, somebody clip that for me.
Shut up a second. But at the same time, when you start banning cultures and stuff, or saying, well, because somebody misused something, it's automatically horrible forever. It's like that has a whole other level of connotations that are a problem as well.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So I've got her package ready.
All right. Yeah, I haven't got my packages ready. I need to go get some packages ready and go to the post office myself. Maybe after I take a quick nap.
I just need to find the stupid labels that I had. And Phil went out and slapped it on this, and I can ship this out. And she will be very, very happy because the only thing she knows that he bought her was the 2 sets of the pearl jewelry, which I should not. if you buy similar with the silver and the high-end pearls at the stores, at the jewelry stores, it's like $500 to $2,000 depending on the grade of the pearls and the size.
Right. Right.
I can easily make these as long as I'm buying bulk from decent suppliers when they have markdowns and stuff. I can make these much cheaper so I can sell them for less than the stores do and have the same quality.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a first off, but I gave them quite a discount for how much they've done to help me out. So
You ever
It's
do like the sort of flea market fairs or wherever where, you know, a lot of people
I've
set up their
done
wares?
craft shows and fairs. I haven't in a long time though. 'Cause I kind of
Yeah.
got to for a bit.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want to with my medical issues and my tics. It doesn't go over well usually.
Yeah.
Last time I did one of those fairs, it was in a church and I started ticking things that I shouldn't be saying.
Oh, wow.
So
Buy this, you douchebag. Something like that. Tourette's.
it's
Yeah.
kind of that. Well, I had a whole thing with the doctors because we've been trying to figure out for years because I have tics. I blurred out stuff I'm not even aware I'm thinking or saying, but they've never been able to figure out all of it because of the seizure damage. So I've been dealing with doctors. I've been dealing with neurologists and all this and going, well, is it possible this is a Tourette's? And what they basically said is, yeah, you probably have a Tourette's. We just can't do the official diagnosis because we can't test for it because of the other brain scars and damage.
Ah,
And
okay.
that's what they told me. So I told my mother about this. I said, so what they said is they can't officially diagnose this, but they think I probably do, and I should basically act as I do. And my mother goes, probably? I raised you. What do they mean, probably? I was like,
Doesn't that
wow.
kind of run in the family genetic?
Not always.
Okay.
It can, but
Do you have
not
any other
always.
family members that go around show symptoms of Tourette's?
I did have one that did have it, but she had other issues too, but she passed away when I was a teen.
Yeah.
But that was one of my cousins, actually.
Mm.
So there is something. Because seizures and these kinds of neurological issues are common in the family. Basically seeming to have cropped up in the family during the medical experimentation on the tribe, but who knows what that means, right?
Mm. Not epilepsy, huh?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Actually, my seizures as a kid was actually a rare form that's actually considered to be one of the most severe.
Mm.
Where it's been about 70 people in the entire country have actually been diagnosed with it over the decades since it's been discovered. Out of those, the amount of people who went through the seizures, lived to adulthood, and didn't end up having to either get fully or partially basically lobotomized to remove all the brain scars to keep living.
Wow.
Was 4 people, including myself, my dad, and my grandfather. So
well, we hope you stick around.
It was, but I haven't had the treats and I haven't had the seizures in a long time. So
that's good. Yeah.
It was one of those things that was like dangerous, but I'm doing good. So at lunchtime we'll send the package on. I love you. Here. But that's in the living room till then. And have fun at work. Yeah, that's right. Grunt. Right?
Yeah. Well, that's what I do. In fact, that's one thing I need to do is check in. They actually sent me, my place at work sent me a early sign up, but they want me to like scan the Q code that they sent. I'm like, I don't know if my phone can do that. But well, I'll try it. I'll try it later today. Make myself a note here. Because I definitely
trying
need
to make the old guy use technology. That's cruel and ageist. I mean,
well, it is what it is. It's a difficult
just giving
situation.
you shit. I'm just giving you shit. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
So, generally speaking, I've been in kind of this mode where I'm going to get as much of the dream catchers and stuff done for Mom as possible. I'm going to pack up a bunch of my statues and projects I've painted. and I'm going to take a bunch of these jewelry sets. They'll all be boxed up like the ones I'm shipping in the little fancy boxes, all lined up in the padding and stuff for her to give out. And the boxes we're ordered for that are actually designed so they actually look fully as gift boxes, wrapped and all with bows on them. So all I have to do is literally pop it open, put them in there, and they're set. So this is going to be a long excursion. And as I said, it's between year 1 and 2 after you lose somebody. You do this whole thing as a giveaway, and you're honoring their memory. You're doing things for all the people they loved and stuff like that. And it's very traditional in my culture, and it's partly to help the grieving person focus on the memory of that person and do something positive while they're going through the grief cycle and mourning period. And to help everybody remember and honor the person we've lost.
I don't have a situation like that, but yesterday was Shadowhawk's birthday, and he may be listening. You have anything to say to Shadowhawk?
Well, I hope he had a good one. And if you're listening, get your butt in here. I mean,
edgy, crispy. Why don't you say a blessing over him in your language? Huh? I like to hear you in your native tongue.
I'm sure you like my tongue anyway.
Wow.
The normal blessing I would give most people is which is, of course, I bid you good day. May the Great Spirit bless you.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to remember pronunciation on another. Let's see if I can remember. Mitala apechu wastes.
What'd you just call me?
No.
No.
Mitala apechu wastes, which is happy birthday.
What's the hardest thing of forming words like that with the language? Oh, well, not everybody can do that. That's genetic.
It is because
not everybody
it is a
can
more
curl their tongue.
It in accentuation and the way the mouth moves in the speech style. The language that has the most similarities in how you have to train your mouth to speak it to Lakota is actually Finnish.
Finnish.
Mm-hmm. Which the cultures and the languages overall are nothing alike, but they use the same kind of sound and pronunciation in the letterings.
Mm-hmm.
So you train your mouth in the same way.
Seems like when it comes to Finnish, as you say, it's dot dash dash, quick short burst of words.
It's with both languages, it's kind of weird because a lot of the time it's very, very
choppy. It's kind of choppy.
It'll be choppy a little bit, which is where some of the stereotypes with natives came from. The whole how and that. Okay, how is a real word, and it's a Lakota word actually, and it is a greeting. However, most tribes don't use it, and it was never used the way they made it out to be. How kola ana atilila washte. Hello, friend. I bid you a very good day.
And with that, I think we'll both go to the post office. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan. Or I'll do my stream and do the post office when he doesn't have the car, but...
Okay. You going to fire up a stream?
I might. I'm thinking about it still.
You'll wind up gaming.
Actually, I'm not probably going to be doing that for a while because I've got to get a lot of projects done.
All right, everyone.
Wise Guy is setting up a stream too, so I could always go over in his chat and pick on him.
Who's that?
Wise Guy.
Wise Guy. Oh yeah. I think I read a comment by him recently. I haven't seen much of him in a while. Every now and then he'll come in the chat, but
he's just starting a stream right now. So
okay, go check it out, folks. Thanks for dropping by. We have 16 people in here. I hate to call it quits, but been up all night pretty much. and don't want to tire myself out. I'll be back on the 4 o'clock shadow, and we'll see what Shadowhawk did for his birthday. Thank you, Eagle, for coming on. Thank you, Elsie. God bless.